These different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillip Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillip Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We're dealing with a minor temperature setback today with high temperatures only up to about 47. A sun and cloud mix, then mostly sunny later. Another freeze tonight. Mostly clear skies. Overnight low temperature down to about 29. And then get ready for a nice temperature rebound. First, lower 60s on Friday and Saturday. Then maybe upper 60s on Sunday with plenty of sunshine. What a great February weekend. And maybe 71 with more sun by Monday. We definitely deserve this February thaw in our future. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Scan the coin before use. Scan the coin before use. Scan the coin before use.
That wasn't what I thought it was going to be.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
Welcome to Happy Hour. It is the big broadcast. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV, every gracious and patiently truculent and incompetent host.
Scan the coin before use.
My co-host Pamela DeBucas here. David Blackman's joining us coming up.
And here they are.
Now, why would I send myself a commercial for a device that apparently scans a coin and tells you how valuable it is? We have Tom Moore to tell us that if we need trademark coins, currency. So I have no idea what I was thinking when I sent that to myself. I apologize. I've also been,
Will you shut it off? It's still running in the background.
Is it?
Like, close that window.
Okay. Let's try this one. This could be much better.
Share that one.
All right, but this is one that just starts playing. Got to take the volume on. Let's see if we can get this to work. I still hear that coin thing.
Yeah, close that out. I don't know what
That's this one. Okay. We'll get this right. We've got till 6.
It's an acronym lacking in basic education, reasoning, and logic. Liberal. The word liberal as an acronym. Lacking.
Yeah, that's an acronym for liberal.
Okay, close that one now.
Close it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time you leave them running in the background, it just bogs down the internet. I'm trying to police that.
Okay, officer.
Do you like being police, Greg?
Well,
somebody's
got
to keep him in line.
Involved in this? Is there?
I don't know.
Restraints?
It's your,
Well, I mean,
it's
I
your
need to know.
force. I don't know. And just sometimes it's good to have rules.
Structure.
So let me first take a look and see where the market. Oh, the market did not have a good day today.
Or nor.
But Brant's been talking about this, and he'll analyze today's
Ooh,
activity
yeah.
for us at 5:15.
Bitcoin went down quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on with that? That was at 90 a couple of weeks ago. Now it's worth what, 70?
The first time I bought one, it was at $90.
Okay. So you're
and it
way
went
ahead.
to $1,400, and then it went to $100-something, and then it went up to like $3,000, and it went down to $300, and this is what it does. And if folks thought it would never go back down again, I'm sorry, don't sell, hold.
Hold?
Yeah, the stuff you buy, think of it in terms of 5 to 10 years.
I'm not buying it.
Okay.
I got a mental block. I gotta know that I can take a couple of $100 out when I need to.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you decide to cash the whole thing in? Who pays you?
Like you're essentially just getting it into cash, like on an exchange. Yeah. Like I could sell all mine like right now and have the cash, but I'm not going to do that.
I could be sitting with the future owner of Blue Water Broadcasting here, so I better be careful.
No, but it is what it does, and there are a lot of technical reasons that are beyond me. I've just learned, at least from my temperament, I just buy a usual amount a month, and I don't really worry about it too much.
Hey, did you see what's happening in your home state of Vermont?
Oh gosh, no, what?
Well, in the name of green energy and saving the planet, they bought all those electric buses.
Mm-hmm.
Except this $8 billion project has been exposed as cold weather killed all the batteries, and they sit there useless.
Oh yeah, they didn't see that coming. Obviously not.
You can't talk to the people that believe in all this BS.
No.
They're going to have an excuse. Oversight failures and other things. Yeah, we're going to...
They spent $8 billion on it.
Yeah. I've often wondered, I'm sure that was... Every penny of that was well
Oh,
accounted
no
for.
doubt. No doubt.
It's like the solar panels,
Mm-hmm.
these big farms.
Mm-hmm.
And the same people that want these solar panels, believing that it's best for the planet and everything that lives on it, don't seem to have a problem with thousands of birds being fried and roasted alive on these things.
Vermont is chock full of solar panels, and they've started with the wind turbines where they can put them.
There's a great meme on the internet. You know how China runs its gigantic country? Coal. They're completely powered by coal. What do we call those kind of resources? But they do build windmills and sell them to stupid people.
No, I think solar works the more it comes down in cost, and you don't destroy a local community doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a good point of like the main source of energy for everything is, at least near us, is the sun.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's now talk that the Elon talking about merging SpaceX and XAI.
Yes.
And the
To
plan.
the first $1 trillion company.
And he's expecting in 30 months, probably less, the most cost-effective way of doing AI compute won't be these big data centers everybody wants to ramp up and build power plants along with them. It'll be solar-powered satellites in space.
Right.
And you could, we do about 500 kilowatts as a nation a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you're talking, like, if you really want strong compute, you can't be taking it from everyday people and their normal, like coal and natural gas and other things. And if you can make, and it seems like it is working, like the Starlink system works pretty well.
And it's all solar powered, right?
Yeah, and
because there's an unending supply of sun up there. There's no rainstorms.
Right. Exactly. It's always sunny. You also don't need, like here on Earth, you need all those cooling systems. This is machines. You don't need cooling systems. It's fascinating.
Those gigantic wind turbines last about 8 years.
Oh, those
before they have to come down, and then they are totally non-biodegradable, so they have to be buried deep in the ground. How is that environmentally conscious?
I do know people who have solar panels in Vermont, and the power company will buy the power, and they actually make money off of having the solar panels, which is nice.
That's probably because of government subsidies, I would think.
Well, Tesla will. Most of the people I know have Tesla panels, and so you can finance the panels and pay with the excess energy that you sell back to the grid. So
yeah, there's some video of a guy did in New Jersey where he got the full-on Tesla roof with a couple big batteries, and Jersey isn't always sunny, but his power bill only costs to have the hookup.
Right.
Now he did have to finance a multi-$1,000 roof. But it's fascinating. It'll work in certain areas. I think you're right about Europe and a lot of these folks who are morons buying all this stuff from the Chinese. That the idea that they need to go to net zero by 2030 is talk with the mass migration. Really talk about suicide of Europe. It's insane. And all the windmills. That's one thing I frickin' love about Trump. It kills the birds. It's confusing the whales. Honey, I'd like to watch TV tonight. No, there's no wind tonight, honey. Like, he has just this common sense approach that, I think we do need energy. So all of the above, whatever works for me. But the picking winners and losers thing is where I get a little annoyed.
All right, David Blackman's going to join us. We're going to explore a second trip through the Idiocracy here in just a moment with our blogger buddy and political analyst and energy and gas industry expert. In fact, I think it was in his blog I saw that post about China building the windmills and selling them to stupid people. It may have been there, in fact. And he'll be joining us in a moment.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
A roommate I've just spoken to one of the snowplow driver's roommates who says he'd been out here for days clearing this roadway. Damn it, mother. Yeah.
As the 21st century began, natural selection, the process by which the strongest, the smartest, the fastest reproduced in greater numbers than the rest, a process which had once favored the noblest traits of man, now began to favor different traits. A dumbing down. How did this happen? Evolution does not necessarily reward intelligence. With no natural predators to thin the herd, it began to simply reward those who reproduced the most and left the intelligent to become an endangered species.
David Blackman and Greg Budell present Tales of the Idiocracy.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
From where we sit, Texas is that away. And somewhere in that general direction, around a city called Dallas, there's a guy who is our favorite political blogger and political analyst, an oil and gas industry expert, a Dodger fan with a penchant for self-maiming. Please welcome back David Blackman, everybody. Let's get the smattering.
How y'all doing?
We're good, David. We're good. It's great to have you back with us. First of all, how is your wound?
Well, it's okay. It's all bandaged up, as you can see. Whoops, there we go. Yeah.
Wow.
Got the blue thumb going. Had 4 stitches and a whole lot of lidocaine. Man, it just killed me, all that lidocaine she shot up in there, but I guess it was worth it.
So you did get stitches?
Oh, yeah, man. It got worse. I mean, by the time I got downstairs, it was a free flow. I must have punctured. I guess there must be some kind of little artery that goes up your thumb that I punctured. But anyway.
Well, all I have left from yesterday is my hospital band.
What'd you do?
I had a bloody day yesterday. They take it from me, deliver it, though, because I have too much blood. That's my condition.
You have too much blood?
Yes, so they take a pint every 2 weeks now.
Really?
They're. I think it's a conspiracy because they tell me it's because I smoke an occasional cigarette every 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that when I inhale on the cigarette, my bone marrow sends a signal, or the brain sends a signal to the bone marrow, oxygen, we need more oxygen. So the bone marrow starts producing more red blood cells. And then I get oversupplied somehow.
Okay, well, you got to take care of that.
So that's all I know, really. I feel pretty good otherwise. Hey, we have our first caller. Let's take care of Crawdad before we move on to our first field of interest.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes.
I called at the right time because I asked a specific question that David probably helped me for remembering something. Years ago, David, there was something in China, they were calling it the Three Gorges Project.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to a bunch like the Yangtze to flood out thousands and thousands of land to produce energy. I'm going to be quiet and listen because I need to hear if you could tell me anything about what became of all that land they flooded out. Thanks, guys. I'm listening now.
All right. I'm not familiar with that, but David.
Well, I don't know about the land they flooded out. They did build the Three Gorges Dam. It's the biggest dam in the world. In China. And, there were some fears a couple of years ago that it was developing cracks, but those turned out to be overblown. If that thing ever did fail, it would, it would kill millions of people downstream. It's holding back such an enormous amount of water, something like 7 times the size of Lake Mead when it was actually full. And, it's a massive project that we could never do in America. You couldn't get the permits issued for it.
Right.
If you did, it'd take you 25 years to get the permits issued for it. And then I don't know how you'd ever manage to build it in this country with all the protests that would happen. So, that's the kind of thing they can do in China we can't do here. And I'm not sure, I'm not making a value judgment on it. I'm not sure it was really worth it to the Chinese people to build that dam, flood all that land, to generate electricity, because you could have just built a couple of nuclear power plants to generate a lot more electricity than that dam is generating. But, it was a choice the government made. And so there it is. It always reminds me to, when that subject comes up, it always brings to mind that during the Lyndon Johnson administration in 1967, and I forget the name of the fellow who was the Secretary of the Department of Interior. But they moved a proposal to flood the Grand Canyon, to build a dam that would flood most of the Grand Canyon to generate electricity on the Colorado River, and came really close to, well, I think it did pass the House, if I remember right, the appropriations bill for the Interior Department that had funding for it. And it ended up failing in the Senate by one vote, or we would have flooded the Grand Canyon. I mean, it just, these kinds of harebrained ideas come up in every country. And, I guess you might have gotten that done. The dam was going to be a time and a half the size of the Hoover Dam. And no telling how long it would have taken to get the thing done. They got the Hoover Dam project done cradle to grave in 5 years back in the 20s and 30s.
There's still cement that's drying in that thing. That's one of my favorite
crazy.
and amazing random facts.
Yeah. Anyway, the Three Gorges Dam, I'd love to go see it sometime. It must be an incredible sight. But
I saw it in the movie Vegas Vacation. I saw the dam tour. I saw the dam concessions. I saw the dam guides.
We've been out there 4 times.
How do you like what I just did with my hair?
What'd you do?
It looks like it's solar powered.
It's kind of Einstein looking, man. Makes you look
Einstein.
Yeah,
Here
it's
comes
Albert
the
Einstein looking hairdo now.
I don't know what I did. The air is awfully dry outside today. That's the reason.
Static electricity.
I loved your blog yesterday about what happened in the Washington Post.
I loved it too. That was a pleasure to write.
I, like you, don't like people to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
But all of those folks that were dedicated to promulgating the liberal message, the DNC talking points, the relentless hatred of every little detail of Donald Trump's life, and now many of them have paid a price for that.
Yeah. And they laid off 400 people last year. I mean, this was less than a year after their previous layoff. They've laid off about 800 people now in the span of 13 months.
Dang.
They got rid of their entire sports department.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last time you read the sports page at the Washington Post?
It's been a while. I must have. So, in a way, they fell on their own petard with this whole thing. Yeah. And Jeff Bezos, at the end of the day, is a businessman. I don't think he's interested in underwriting a money-draining, losing proposition for the sake of one opinion. In fact, somebody in the, I think I saw it in the blog, somebody in the post-mortem on this said, well, we really should have considered other opinions more frequently. No kidding.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that is ultimately the reason they're shrinking.
Well, Bezos bought that thing in 2013, and then when Trump came along in 2016 and got elected, they put "Democracy Dies in Darkness" up on the masthead, famously, and they made a conscious decision at the Washington Post to become the most far left-wing lunatic newspaper in America, and they did it, boy. They did it immediately, and the op-ed section just became completely unreadable. I used to actually read the editorial section at the Washington Post most days, but it just got like MSNBC. You just couldn't. It was unreadable, and so what they did was they tailored the paper to this sliver of the society that's on the woke far left, and all of their subscriber base ended up becoming that. And yeah, they gained subscribers as a result because all the lunatics decided they had to subscribe to the Washington Post. So then when Bezos decides to try to moderate things a little bit, which really started 3 years ago, people say, oh, he just did it because Trump got elected. But no, it started in 2023. And he just started immediately bleeding subscribers because the woke leftists, they can't tolerate reading anything that disagrees with their nut job view of the world.
Yeah.
And so, they just bled subscribers, and now the subscriber base is a third of what it was 3 years ago. And I don't think there's any way for it to recover, really. I just don't, I mean, I guess it will continue to linger as long as Bezos wants to throw money at it, but he obviously is running out of tolerance for doing that. So maybe he'll try to sell.
Who'd want to buy it? Liberals like to buy things with other people's money, but not their own.
I'd get $200 for it just so I could go fire the rest of them.
That would be fun. That would be fun. I'd go halvesies with you on that idea, but I'm a little short on cash these days. So, what about the New York Times? Is there a chance we're going to see something similar there? I know Bezos doesn't own that, but
not anytime soon. I mean, actually, the Times is actually profitable now, not because of their news coverage, but because of Wordle. And
really?
There's other games they've come up since Wordle, but Wordle saved that newspaper. It was on the brink of collapse too 3 or 4 years ago when Wordle came along, and then half the country got addicted to that stupid game every morning, and the base rocketed up from like 4 million to 13 million. It's all based on that. So, the thing about that is those kinds of addictions is it's going to run its course fairly shortly, and it's already starting. It's already on the way down in terms of people playing that game every morning. So they're either going to have to keep coming up with new games that hold people's attention, or ultimately it's just going to trail back down to, can they hold enough subscribers based on their news coverage? And I think they've got the same problem there that the Washington Post had. So anyway, I think obviously right now at this moment, the New York Times is a lot better shape than the Washington Post.
I was saddened when the Athletic, the sports entity, was sucked into the New York Times.
It ruined it,
universe, but I like the writers there, so I'm still paying for that. But that's it, not for the New York Times. Am I a cop out for not completely disassociating myself with them?
No, I have a subscription to the New York Times. I have to do what I do. But what's so funny about them and the Post both? Every year I go in to cancel my subscription every year, and they always come back, because they want to raise the price. I'm paying like $4.15 a month to the New York Times now.
Oh.
Well, their normal subscription price for their digital subscription is like $18 or something like that. And so every year they try to raise it back up to $18, and I cancel. And within a few seconds, I get an email saying, wait, don't cancel, don't cancel. How about we extend you for another year at a lower price? So it'll go down to $3.50 next year, right? Or whatever they expect this time. And the Washington Post, I got them all the way down to $2.10 a month. I've done it so.
That's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Before we hit the bottom of the hour break, what's your take on the way this Savannah Guthrie situation is playing out?
Man, what a tragedy. It's just an awful thing. It's a weird deal. Okay.
Yes.
So my initial reaction was, well, this is probably a drug cartel. She's in Tucson. It's 50 miles from the border, whatever it is. It's not far. Could be a cartel, found out where a famous person's mother lives and decided to get some ransom, except what's happening? They're not asking for ransom. As far as anybody can really tell, there's this email that was sent to TMZ making demands for X million dollars in cryptocurrency, but there were no instructions. And there's no way to communicate back. So Savannah Guthrie and her siblings are on TV, trying to communicate that way. But it really it's just really weird because this happens all the time in Mexico. Cartels, they kidnap people all the time in Mexico. And there's immediately a ransom demand and delivery instructions. And within a few days, either they get paid or they kill the person. I mean, that's just how it plays out. So now I'm really kind of starting to wonder if maybe, because the home wasn't really broken into, Nothing was really stolen. It wasn't a robbery on top of anything else. It's starting to feel like a situation where maybe somebody that knew Nancy Guthrie is behind this and not a cartel, but that's all just speculation. It's a terrible, horrible, awful thing, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
The president's gotten involved to the extent that he has spoken to Savannah and has promised the full resources to help out with this situation. But the longer it goes on, and then the rumors that get out there, like there's a ransom note, then they say there's no ransom note, and they're looking at the brother-in-law, but then they're not looking at the brother-in-law. So the usual confusion, everybody trying to outscoop each other and running with myth truths or lies in lieu of facts, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
No, it's not. And of course, the police, the sheriff out there, who's a very emotional guy, it seems like all the sheriffs and police chiefs are crybabies these days. It's really a weird deal when these things come up and everybody starts crying on camera. But, they're being very cryptic in terms of what they say and don't say about it, as they should. They don't want to release details that might tip whoever's guilty off to what they do know, but it doesn't feel like they know much. And so we're 5 days into this now, right? It started on Sunday,
I believe. Yeah.
So this is the 5th day, and boy, this is a long time into it.
We have so much ground yet to cover in our Thursday tour of the Idiocracy with our friend David Blackman. Flend? They got a
Flindly guy.
I got to stop having all this blood removed. David, please give us your blog address so people can find and support your great work.
DavidBlackman.substack.com for politics and Blackman.substack for energy. I write about both every day.
He's the guy with the blue thumb. I had one of those cool bandages on yesterday after my bloodletting, but I had to take it off today. Otherwise, we could be showing off our medical hardware. All right, back with David in a minute on News Talk 93.1 FM. Don Duncan, All American Auto and Tire. We're heading towards Mardi Gras weekend, and a lot of folks will be doing some traveling, either to Mobile, even New Orleans, for the big celebration. Before you hit the road for any trip, get your car to one of Don Duncan's locations and get the best preventive maintenance on the planet. From the condition of the tires and an honest assessment of those, are they up for the trip? If you need new ones, they sell all major name brands at a wholesale price that includes installation. You also have all tune-up capabilities available to you, all service features, repairs of any type. I know that for a friend of mine, they put new lungs in her older car, a new air system, because that's what it needed. So they have talent at that level to diagnose and fix. Serving you from 4 locations, but customer service that exceeds your highest expectations. In other words, if you need an accommodation, lift back to your office or home, just order it up. High atop Mount Duncan in Millbrook, and a little further to the east of Millbrook on Cruzada, downtown at 408 Madison and Bell Road. Doug Mitchell and his group there are sensational. In fact, I got to get over there soon myself. By the way, visit Don Duncan All American Auto and Tire on Facebook and join the VIP Club. Here's our traffic VIP, Skipper, with your commute home.
We are looking good all over the area. Not really seeing any issues anywhere. Nothing we're aware of at the moment. Traffic light to moderate and building. Busy interstates, boulevards, and our feeder roads outbound light to moderate. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Mini-term B classes start March 5th at Trenton State Community College. Now's the time to get registered. Go to trentumstate.edu for all the information. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Montgomery police have made an arrest in Tuesday's shooting at Max Tavern. 20-year-old Courtney Mall was booked Wednesday on first-degree assault and robbery charges. According to court records, Mall was out on bond for a previous shooting that took place in 2024. Mall was scheduled to have a youthful offender status hearing this week. A state lottery bill has once again been filed in the Alabama legislature. The bill would also allow casino games and online sports betting. However, the bill does not specify where the gambling revenue would be allocated. Alabama is just one of 5 states that currently does not have a statewide lottery. Montgomery County Sheriff Derek Cunningham has been named the 2026 NSA Sheriff of the Year. The National Sheriff's Association Award is one of the most prestigious honors in law enforcement, recognizing outstanding leadership and service. Sheriff Cunningham was chosen from more than 3,000 sheriffs across the country. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Ugh, time to clean out the gutters again.
But I don't want you climbing that ladder.
Time to call Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection company. Leaf Filter's trusted pros will not only clean your gutters for you, they'll realign and seal your gutters and install Leaf Filter. With Leaf Filter, you'll never have to clean out your gutters again.
Wait, never again?
Never again. Because Leaf Filter's surgical-grade stainless steel micro mesh is fine enough to block even tiny debris like pine needles and pollen, while still letting rainwater flow through. Leaf Filter works so well, it's backed by a lifetime warranty. Plus, when you go to leaffilter.com/block, you'll get a free gutter inspection and up to 30% off.
Wow. So no more climbing that ladder.
How do I sign up?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/block for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/block for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/block.
Attention Montgomery business owners. Want more customers without guessing how to reach them? Blue Water Broadcasting isn't just radio. We're your full-service digital marketing partner. From smart social media campaigns to targeted display ads to SEO that actually works. We help your business get seen by the right people at the right time. Whether you're a local shop, a growing brand, or an established company, our team can build a custom strategy that drives real results on air and online. Ready to grow? Call Blue Water Broadcasting today or visit bluewaterbroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, your audience is waiting.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got some better weather news in our future, but tonight another freeze with mostly clear skies and the overnight low temperature down to about 29. But then things start to turn around, a rebound with a high temperature in the lower 60s for Friday and Saturday with mostly sunny skies. I think upper 60s look good for Sunday. Best weekend we've seen in quite a while. And more sun up to about 71 on Monday. Hang on for a nice turnaround from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
An hour over the speed limit. What could go wrong, you reckon?
You're 17. Dude, we're going to be calling your parents. You're 17. You got your whole life ahead of you.
I'd probably wake your mum up when you get home and sit down and talk to her about what happened tonight.
You're travelling at just over 51 metres a second at that speed. So you're travelling half a football field every second.
I'll bet my last dollar that your mum will sit in bed, cry when you tell her how quick you're going tonight. I'll bet on it. I'm a parent, he's a parent, I'll guarantee you.
Probably the future Prime Minister of Australia. The Idiocracy is a worldwide phenomenon, friends, and we explore it on Mondays and Thursday with our friend David Blackman. I've seen the story about this Chinese communist biolab in Vegas.
Yeah, man.
How did this come to be known? I'd like to know how it sat there for so long and nobody paid much attention.
What's so hilarious is that they had the biolab operating in the garage of a single family home in a neighborhood in eastern suburb of Las Vegas, or eastern extent of Las Vegas, northeast, just a little over a mile from Nellis Air Force Base.
In a garage?
In the garage. They've been doing it for a couple of years, at least, that they know of. And the owner is in China and was actually, I swear to God, this is a true story, renting the damn house on VRBO. And
so the garage just wasn't accessible to the people who were renting the house, and it was just some random Chinese people in there.
Right, yeah, and people renting the house would hear noises and it stank, and they were always complaining about the smell coming from the door to the garage that you couldn't get into, and finally, I guess one of the renters decided to call the police because I don't know if they were afraid there was a dead body in there or what, but the police come out, open up the garage, and there's a biolab in there. It's not really funny. I mean, there's all kinds of, they're not being specific about what was being tested or developed inside there. But this is all people who were let into this country by Joe Biden under the open borders policies of Joe Biden. And there may be hundreds of these things all over the country happening that we just haven't found out about yet.
The question that demands to be asked was Anthony Fauci in the garage anywhere to be found?
That was my first thought. I wonder if Fauci funded this one too. I mean, he doesn't really control any budget in the federal government anymore, but maybe he found a way to funnel some NGO money to help the Chinese establish this here.
We haven't seen anything about looking into Anthony Fauci, have we?
No, Rand Paul talked big about it.
Well, yeah.
Promised there was going to be hell to pay. Remember, they had a hearing in the Senate towards the end of 2024, after the election, and Rand Paul, who his father was Ron Paul,
right,
told Fauci was testifying. He told him, "You're going to have hell to pay. We're going to be in the majority now, and we're going to have a Republican president. It's going to be hell to pay." And that was 14 months ago now, and literally nothing has happened. I mean, nothing at all. So just tells you how effective Rand Paul is.
I can't think of anybody whose decisions and this magic power he was imbued with during the COVID years who's done more damage to the country, even more than any politician.
No, I mean, people, of course, it's not really, the media has blacked out, reporting on it. And so most people don't understand that COVID originated in that lab in Wuhan, and it was funded to a great extent by the federal government of the United States under Anthony Fauci's budget that he controlled over at the NIAIH, National Institutes for, I don't know what it all stands for, National Institutes of Health and something else. Anyway, he's the guy. I mean, and there's all these labs in Ukraine. A big part of why Ukraine is such a central focus for the world is because there's so much of this kind of crap that's been happening in Ukraine for the last 30 years. All these CIA-funded labs over there doing the same kind of stuff. And And so, there's just a lot of nefarious activities that our government's been involved in, engaged in, related to this kind of infectious disease sort of research.
You brought up another word I haven't heard in ages: Ukraine.
Yeah.
Are they still fighting over there? Is that?
Oh,
still
yeah. I mean, it's as bad as ever, but Ukraine's running out of funding from the United States, and now the European countries are getting tired of shoving money at them, and Putin is just sitting there, waiting for them to come to him with the deal he wants to end it, which has been pretty clear really since the beginning what he wants, and I just don't understand it. There's so much killing that's happened. Over 1 million Ukrainians are dead now. And something like 5 million have been displaced out of the country. And 500,000 Russians are dead. And it's the biggest loss of life in a war since World War II. And we barely see any coverage of it anymore.
Yeah. I don't see Zelensky being trotted out as this great hero, protector of freedom, and their favorite word, democracy. He doesn't come here to pick up big checks that often. He comes in to meet Trump once in a while.
Right.
Trump keeps talking about we're close to a deal, but we haven't gotten that close yet. And I'm just wondering where this sits, and is there hope for an end to this thing soon?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we're any real closer to an end than we were 6 months ago. And part of the lack of attention is that all the woke people who had Ukrainian flags in their profiles on social media, replaced them with Hamas flags about a year and a half ago. In this anti-Semitism frenzy that we've gone through as a country, and so the wokesters aren't ranting about it, so the media's off of it, and Putin just doesn't have any real reason to agree to anything. He just doesn't. There's no reason for him to do it.
We're going to talk about him. We have a whole long list of things to discuss in our exploration of the Idiocracy, but given the time we have left in this hour, I want to turn our attention to our favorite former First Lady and Bill. And Hillary comes out there with a tweet that was pretty full of piss and vinegar. All right, you want to talk? I'll talk. And blah, 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 blah.
Oh, gosh.
I've got no secrets. I have nothing to hide. You think it's going to play out that way? That this is going to be an exoneration of Hillary Clinton instead of a...
Oh, no. I mean, they're going to end up having to testify. I mean, they just don't have any choice. They're either going to do that or get arrested and purple at this point. But what they'll do is what the Clintons have always done. They'll get sworn in under oath, and they'll just say, well, I don't remember, I can't recall, I don't remember, I can't recall about 500 times in 3 hours, and that'll be it. And, what does the committee do at that point? Because they haven't, you can't prove they're lying, that they don't remember. These are pretty old people now. I mean, Bill Clinton is 76 or 77 years old, and Hillary's not much younger than that. And, not that that's terribly old these days, but I mean, it's certainly plausible that they don't remember some of these things. I mean, obviously, Bill had a long and very close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Flew on his jet at least 26 times that we know of, and was at the island many times, and was a regular customer. And there's pictures, I mean, dozens and dozens of photos of him and Bill Gates and Prince Andrew, with these young girls. And, I mean, we know what they were doing. There wasn't any reason for Bill Clinton to be a friend of Epstein for any other reason.
Yeah.
And, but proving that is another thing entirely, and it's just a congressional hearing. And so they'll have the hearing, and then we probably won't hear anything else about it.
I would love to go back to one of our opening topics on the Washington Post, because in your blog today, you've got John Nolte there, and it's a stunning list of headlines that turned out to be total and utter lies.
Yeah.
Should we go over
70
this?
or 80 items on that list, right? And it's not really comprehensive. I immediately thought of several things they need left out. But it's just, what the Washington Post has been is a hoax machine for a whole decade now. And the other thing about the Washington Post, and I know people think I'm a terrible conspiracy theorist, but these are matters of history now. That the Washington Post coordinated directly with the CIA and other elements of the deep state to take down Nixon.
Yes.
Why did they do that? Because why did the CIA want to take Nixon out? Because the CIA didn't agree with Nixon's opening to China, didn't agree with his taking us, trying to get us back onto the gold standard and engaging in price fixing and things like that. And also Nixon was threatening to reveal the truth about the Kennedy assassination, the CIA's involvement of that, and the whole reason for the Watergate break-in. The Washington Post lied about that from beginning to end, that the reason for the break-in wasn't so they could spy on the Democratic National Committee. It was because they wanted to obtain tapes and documents related to a prostitution ring that had been run out of the DNC headquarters since the early days of the Lyndon Johnson administration, okay? An entrapment ring in which they would help people coming into town, prominent people, make appointments with escorts and tape them, in their hotel rooms where they were. And it was a blackmailing operation that the Democratic National Committee ran for well over a decade. And really started before Johnson became president. I mean, it was the whole Bobby Baker scandal was really what that was all about. And so, that's just a fact of history. And it's a fact of history that they tried to do the same thing with Ronald Reagan and the same thing with Donald Trump in his first term. And, we're still saying, publishing whatever the deep state wanted them to publish. So screw the Washington Post. I don't, and again, I never like to see people, honest people, good people lose a job. People who want to work and do honest work.
Right.
Just hate it. I mean, it hurts my feelings really to see anyone lose a job. But these people are not good people, not honest people. These are people who are propagandizing and trying to brainwash the American public to believe things that just weren't true. And that was that list of all the hoaxes that the Washington Post has played a leading role in, including the dissemination of the Trump dossier from,
they helped with that
entire hoax from cradle to grave. And
of a more recent nature on the list of hoaxes posted in David's blog, Melania is a box office flop, which it was not. The Rural America
performing documentary in a decade, right? I mean, it's crazy as to how well it's done.
Well, you can go to any movie that's out and go to an early showing or
there's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
No.
So you take a picture. Oh, nobody's seeing the movie. That's what they wish. They telegraph their wishes, and then their wishes don't come true because what they were selling was a huge lie. The rural America that can't live without NPR and PBS. Man, I've lived without them for years, and I don't even know if they're still on or off, but I don't miss them. ICE detains 5-year-old. The Pete Hegseth kill everybody hoax. Trump destroying everything White House hoax. Photo of starving Gaza baby hoax. And it's like you say, what an incredible list.
Yeah. The Border Patrol using whips hoax. Remember that one? I mean, I think there's like 80 that he lists there. And he probably could have listed 150 and still not been completely comprehensive.
Is it just me, or does it seem too quiet now in Minneapolis? What's going on there?
Well, it's calmed down because the mayor and the governor have freed up their state and local police to cooperate with ICE and to turn over illegal aliens who are arrested from the local jails. And pretty much every county in Minnesota, in the whole state now, is cooperating on that basis, which is what? It's in compliance with federal law. And so that's why we saw the press conference yesterday, announcing that they're drawing down 700 personnel, CPB and ICE personnel out of the state, but there's still 2,000 there, engaged in the same kind of activities. It's just that the governor and the mayor have given in. Now they're still talking big, although Waltz hasn't had a press conference now in 2 or 3 days, so he's even gotten quiet. And,
maybe that's what his lawyers have told him to do.
Yeah.
Well, probably so, because the DOJ still has all those people in there engaged in the fraud investigations, and that's all still going on, and they're keeping it quiet. But I mean, Waltz is obviously personally entangled in all that stuff. So yeah, he's a lot better off shutting up.
And the news is so much more pleasant without him, to be honest with you. It only takes so much Elmer Fudd, even with
I'm going to be really disappointed if he doesn't end up in prison, though. I'm really.
Me too.
Be a real disappointment.
Yeah, because they stole from everybody. Speaking of stolen, we'll come back to that topic with a performer who opened a mouth at the Grammys. That's just ahead. Right now, David, as we hit the 4 o'clock hour, please give everybody your blog address so they can find and support your great work.
Yes, davidblackman.substack.com for politics and blackman.substack for energy. Come see me.
All right, and we will rejoin David for the 4 to 5 hour here in just a moment. Guys, if you're feeling sluggish, fatigued, you can barely make it through the day, much less have time or the energy to engage your partner in having a great time, it's time to make that phone call to 334-440-3663. Schedule the $99 test at Montgomery Men's Health. This is a step thousands of men have taken, much to the great ongoing benefit in their lives, because that number, if it's too low, and it can happen very insidiously over a long period of time, and suddenly you're get up and go, got up and went. Well, you can get it back, but it won't come through your mailbox. Go get the $99 test. This is a medical facility run by a board-certified urologist. Everything they do is based on medicine, proven medicine, not theories, not ridiculous capsules that make promises that can't be kept, and on and on and on. This is all about getting you right, and not only dealing with issues for ED and PE, with treatments that are not generally widely known, but are available there and supervised by the team. It's a great office group over there. Love them all. And the MD practitioner, who is part of the team there as well. They answer questions. Don't be afraid to ask those. But they can help you get right. And the only shame in making that phone call is waiting. 334-440-3663. 334-440-3663. They have worked for me. They've helped me get especially my energy back with the crazy schedule I keep. I am grateful to them. They're amazing people over there. You can also learn more at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com or book an appointment. Only takes a couple of minutes. Skipper's up next with Chap, Salem Radio Network News.
We are looking good all over the area. Not really seeing any issues anywhere. Nothing we're aware of at the moment. Traffic light to moderate and building. Busy interstates, boulevards, and our feeder roads outbound light to moderate. Keep it here. We will keep you updated. Mini-term B classes start March 5th at Trentham State Community College. Now's the time to get registered. Go to trenthamstate.edu for all the information. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
At AMS Studios, indulge in the ultimate spa experience at the River Region's premier destination for relaxation and rejuvenation. From advanced skincare like IPL and laser hair removal to body treatments like Evolve, beauty enhancements, and therapeutic massage, our expert team is dedicated to helping you look and feel your best. Explore our full range of services on our website, amsstudiosmedspa.com, and find us on Facebook at AMS Studios.
Ugh, time to clean out the gutters again.
But I don't want you climbing that ladder.
Time to call Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection company. Leaf Filter's trusted pros will not only clean your gutters for you, they'll realign and seal your gutters and install Leaf Filter. With Leaf Filter, you'll never have to clean out your gutters again.
Wait, never again?
Never again. Because Leaf Filter's surgical-grade stainless steel micromesh is fine enough to block even tiny debris, like pine needles and pollen, while still letting rainwater flow through. Leaf Filter works so well, it's backed by a lifetime warranty. Plus, when you go to leaffilter.com/block, you'll get a free gutter inspection and up to 30% off.
Wow. So no more climbing that ladder.
How do I sign up?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/block for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/block for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/block.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
It's Johnny from Sinclair's on Vaughn Road. We've been in business almost 30 years.
Sinclair's East. Vaughn at Taylor.
I think if you hadn't tried us, you should give us a try. We've got a great menu, offered anything from chicken fingers, wings, salads, fajitas. At lunchtime, we do great country lunch with different vegetables and different meats every day.
Sinclair's, where you get great sandwiches and our daily meat and 3 special at lunch, to great pasta, chicken, steaks, and seafood for dinner.
Our most popular items are, we got a soup called she crab soup, which is extremely popular. We've got a bunch of pasta dishes, which people love. Mediterranean chicken is my favorite.
Sinclair's.
We do live music, light stuff on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, maybe 3-piece bands or 4-piece bands.
Come see why Sinclair's has seen lesser restaurants come and go over the years. Johnny Sullivan Sinclair's, at the corner of Vaughn and Taylor. Find them on Facebook at Sinclair's East. Google search Sinclair's Restaurant. Sinclair's.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Any transmission, reproduction, or rebroadcast of this show is prohibited.
Will you shut up? I can't hear the song in my head.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump delivered an unusual speech at the 74th Annual National Prayer Breakfast today. It was hosted by Republicans and Democrats as they said that they were trying to look for higher purposes than mere politics as they look forward to 2026. American brokered talks between Russian and Ukrainian officials being held in Abu Dhabi for a second day today. It's all aimed toward ending the war that's been going on now for 4 years after the Russian invasion. More drops for technology stocks, pulling the U.S. market lower today, while Bitcoin's price dropped by nearly half from its record it was set just last fall. Yields are also sinking in the bond market, and that followed a discouraging news on the U.S. job market. At the closing bell on Wall Street, the Dow was down 715 points. This is SRN News.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven you can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference As soon as you call, they're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Shinbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Shinbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got some better weather news in our future, but tonight another freeze with mostly clear skies and the overnight low temperature down to about 29. But then things start to turn around, a rebound with a high temperature in the lower 60s for Friday and Saturday with mostly sunny skies. I think upper 60s look good for Sunday. Best weekend we've seen in quite a while. And more sun up to about 71 on Monday. Hang on for a nice turnaround from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
You're listening to radio. You can also stream our app for the same price. Free.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Real Estate Minute. Many of the real estate laws have changed recently, and you need to know how this might affect you as a seller or a buyer. As an agent of the seller, the agent owes undivided loyalty and full confidentiality to the seller. The listing agent can recommend repair services and vendors, pricing guidelines, tips to help get your house in selling shape, and negotiate offers and counteroffers for your benefit. A facilitator, which is the new term, cannot suggest a price or counter or recommend anything. They offer very limited services. A buyer agent solely represents a buyer's interest and can recommend mortgage lenders, down payment alternatives, and can suggest an offer price and write an offer. Whether you are selling or buying, you need someone in your corner that's trained to represent their clients. After training over 15,000 agents throughout the state and helped create and close thousands of home sales over 4 decades, get the straight information from Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of Current Safe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe.
Now you'll be safe with Current Safe.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. We return to our tour of the Idiocracy with blogger extraordinaire David Blackman. And the topic at the moment is Billie Eilish and stolen land. Yes, the topic today is Billie Eilish and stolen land. I double struck that key. And I started and stopped it in 1 second.
Hi, I'm Tony Redbone Morales, spokesman for the Tongva tribe. We'd like to thank Billie Eilish for acknowledging that her $3 million LA mansion sits on land stolen from us. It's time for her to make things right by giving it back, preferably furnished. Billie must atone for the treatment of our people by leaving the window treatments and opening her heart by opening the pool and preheating the hot tub. And to ensure this property is not stolen from us again, we'll need Billie to change all the locks and reset the password for the security system. Oh, and while I'm on the subject, since our land was originally stolen by the Spanish in 1771, someone owes us a penthouse apartment in Madrid. Just saying. Thank you.
never ends, does it? By the way, speaking of people who change their minds, in your blog today, this is a clip of Joe Scarborough?
Yeah, when he was actually still sort of, kind of a Republican.
Uh-huh. And he's all over the state of California for giving driver's licenses to illegals. I'm going to play this if that's okay.
Yeah.
Tonight on Scarborough Country, a bill approved by the state of California giving illegal immigrants driver's licenses. Is this a desperate move by Democrats to keep Gray Davis in office at the expense of national security? Tonight, we look at the left coast's most endangered politician, Governor Gray Davis, and his Democratic Party's latest attempts to show illegal aliens that crime pays. The Democratic legislature has actually passed a bill out of committee that allows illegal immigrants to get a California's driver's license. That's right. And by giving these criminals the most accepted form of identification in America, the California Democrats buy votes for themselves, and it looks like, to me at least, that political gamemanship is trumping national security.
What happened to him? Was it Mika that turned him into this, whatever he is today?
Well, he's just sold out completely. You know, I mean, he wanted to get rich, he wanted to make money, and so he just compromised whatever values he ever actually had, which who knows? I mean, what his values really have ever been. That's the truth with so many of these Republicans. You know, you end up finding out they don't really believe 2/3 of what they campaign on. And but I just thought that one was so ironic. That was the first effort in California to try to give driver's licenses to illegal aliens. They didn't get that one passed, but they did pass it a few years later. And of course, that's part of how they get them registered to vote. And nobody polices it. And there are more illegals living in California than the rest of the country combined. And so, I mean, if you had a voter ID citizenship requirement like is in the SAVE Act in California, California might be pretty close to a 50-50 state between Republicans and Democrats.
You would hope, because at one time, Republicans were ahead of the Democrats in California in our lifetime.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Yeah. By the way, I have a quick thank you to make. I must either be looking or sounding more tired than I am because somebody went to Buc-ee's and got me a bag of dark chocolate coffee beans.
Oh, those things are narcotic, man.
Yes, they are.
They are.
I'm feeling really good. I can't wait. Let's get on to the next part of the show, shall we? Because I'm getting all this new energy. Okay. We have, speaking of Thune, you've talked about this man quite a bit. Is he going to kill the filibuster? Is he really going to do something meaningful to save the republic?
No.
To get the SAVE Act through?
No. And you don't have to kill the filibuster. All you have to do is make the Democrats really do a filibuster. Tell them to get up there and start talking.
You wrote about that. And literally, there are rules as to how long they can go and just...
No. So they can go as long as they can do it. Right? As long as they can go without a bathroom break or eating or drinking anything and stand there talking without leaning on the podium or any other form of support, they can go as long as they want. Ted Cruz went 11 hours in 2013, and didn't have to have any help. The thing about it is that they can also tag team it. So one person could get up and talk for several hours, then the next, then the next, then the next. And you could hold up Senate business conceivably for the better part of a week. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to, it would come to an end, and then you would have a simple majority vote to pass the bill because the filibuster would be over. The way they do it now is a bill gets introduced, and this is the way they've done it for a long time. Bill gets introduced, and some member of the Senate says, well, I'm going to filibuster. And so they just say automatically, well, we got to go to a cloture vote and get 60 votes to break the filibuster that doesn't really exist. And so, I I lobbied in D.C. for a long time and talked to several Republican staffers about this and a couple of members about why don't you force them to do a real filibuster? And the answer invariably was, well, we can't do that. Well, why can't you do that? Well, we just can't do it. Too much time. It would hold up other business. Well, what other business are they doing
Yeah.
in the Senate these days? Okay. It's not like they're getting a bunch of stuff done anyway. It's just infuriating to me. I just, we've come to the point where the country's really at risk because the Republicans have been so lethargic and complacent and accommodating to the kind of BS we see the Democrats do on a daily basis. Well, the best way to hold them accountable is to say, get up and start talking. Talk as long as you want. But we're going to have a 51 vote. We're going to have a majority vote on this bill come hell or high water and just let them go.
The question is, if we know that especially the Democrats, they make virtually every move based on polling data.
Yeah, except this one.
Except this one. All the polls, America, no matter what, left, right, black, white, whatever, however you break the demographics down, it's almost 70 or 80%. They want national ID. They want proof of citizenship to vote. Why do they resist this? Why will they not?
Because it harms their ability to steal elections. The Democrats will never relent on this. Okay, never. Kamala Harris didn't win a single state with a voter ID requirement in 2024.
Oh,
she didn't win one. Every state she won doesn't have a hard voter ID requirement. They can't win elections without cheating anymore. The Democrats understand this. Their party is dead without the ability to steal votes in elections. So they will never relent on this. They will never relent on mail-in ballots because mail-in ballots are so easy to defraud. And so this is going to have to be forced, and I just don't think Thune has the intestinal fortitude to force it. I really don't.
That's so pathetic. It's just so sick. It really is. Something that, it's not even just by a narrow margin. It's by, almost 3/4 or higher in
every demographic is over 70%. Black voters are 74% on average in polls on this in favor of voter ID. And yet to hear Chuck Schumer say it, African American people in this country are not capable of navigating the system to acquire an ID. Well, how do they drive cars? The driver's license is the ID. I mean, obviously they can do it. They fly on airplanes, they go to baseball games, they buy stuff at the grocery store. It's just so insulting. It's such a racist thing for the Democrats to say.
It totally is.
To justify, doing the wrong thing here, and because they want to be able to steal elections.
Speaking of going to baseball games, 15 more days till the first spring training game. Camps open a week from Sunday, pitchers and catchers.
In my mind, we're already there, man.
And if you want to come to Montgomery a week from today, it's Kamala at the Montgomery Performing Arts Center. Catch some of that action. This is sounding like a soft no to me from David.
Oh man, I'll tell you.
It's so frustrating because here you have something that virtually everybody agrees on. ID to vote, citizenship requirement to vote. Aren't we the only country in the world that counts non-citizens in a census?
Yeah.
And lets them vote.
It's national insanity, and it's national suicide to do that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. God help us if they ever get back into power. I'm counting on that. By the way, with your expertise on polling, I literally came this close to my head exploding the other morning. It's during the morning show. It's a Fox poll. 51% of the people they surveyed think Biden was doing a better job. 51%. So while we can dismiss CNN and all the crack pottery that's out there with the media, 51% thought a man who was filling his underdrawers spent half of his entire presidency sitting in a beach chair in Rehoboth, Delaware, and allowed almost unprecedented inflation to occur, up to 30% at some points on many items. That's better. They want that more than they want Donald Trump, who has actually created some affordability in various aspects of the economy. I can't. Maybe I want to cry.
On the same day that poll was released, Insider Advantage, one of the actual good pollsters, the real pollster that actually conducts scientific polls, says Donald Trump has a 51% to 47 approval rating. Rasmussen has him at 48. Well, these are conflicting things, okay? One, one of these things is not like the other. That's the Fox poll.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Fox poll is just one of these, and I've said it many times here, but Fox poll, Morning Consult, Quinnipiac, these are all fake polls. They're designed to make news stories. They're not designed to really gauge voter attitudes, and they're just corrupt. They're just a corrupt tool of the Democratic Party.
Well, it's just frustrating that the Republicans are such poor salesmen on behalf of the things they actually accomplish, and what Donald Trump has been able. The Trump savings accounts, all of these things, are really good ideas for Americans, and you barely get a squeak. They're more interested in empty theaters that are showing Melania. I think the bloom is off the rose. Named, I almost called him David Gates, the guy from Bread. Bill Gates. I saw him in a clip today acknowledging that this whole thing is very embarrassing and unfortunate and blah blah blah. But is it ever going to result in any meaningful consequence to him? I'm sure he's got a few bucks he can fall back on.
Well, I don't know if it's going to, I think about that. It's kind of hard for me to see what the consequences of any of this are going to be for anybody.
Yeah.
In reality, how do you prove anything from an old photograph, right? I mean, how can you prove anything? We know Bill Clinton was on the plane. We know he was on the island. We got all these pictures of him. We got all these pictures of Bill Gates doing the same kind of stuff. We know Michael Bloomberg was in Jeffrey Epstein's home, several times a week. We know all these things, but what do they lead to ultimately? I don't know that they lead to anything in terms of prosecution or jail time. But Bill Gates, if the media would actually report it, should have his reputation completely ruined by what's been revealed from the Epstein files about him and his behavior, and the fact that he contracted venereal disease and wanted Epstein to give him antibiotics to secretly put in his wife's food, and things. I mean, he was drugging his own wife, for crying out. I mean, this guy is one of the lowest human beings who's ever lived. And but there's no consequences. The news media is obligingly, exercising a blackout on any of it. So 95% of the people in this country don't know anything about it. So I don't know. I mean, they're going to subpoena him, apparently. I did hear James Comer on a podcast earlier today saying they are going to seek a subpoena for Gates to come testify. But again, what does that ever amount to? I don't know.
Yeah, it's become one of those things. Well, we'll believe it when we see it. And of course, the same thing. We might be having the same conversation. The Clintons are coming in at the end of the month, right? That's like the 27th, I think.
27th, yeah.
I have a traffic.
Okay, why don't we do that now at 427?
Okay, it's on I-65 northbound near the Fairview exit. It's 3 tractor trailers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will take some time to clear.
Yeah.
I-65 northbound. All right. We will get that information to Skipper and get an update from him in just a little bit. Is Gates going to testify? Did Nancy Mace subpoena him to testify before Congress?
She is, Nancy Mace is on the Oversight Committee, and she is demanding Comer seek a subpoena. Try to get a committee vote on subpoenaing Gates to come testify. They've invited him to testify. He hasn't responded. And so now they're going to seek a subpoena to do that. And Comer has said he'll probably do that. So, the thing about it is on this Epstein stuff, there are 4 or 5 Democratic women on the Oversight Committee who have all voted to send these subpoenas regardless of political affiliation. And that's why the Clintons couldn't get out of it, because the women on that committee are, like, well, you're a bunch of scumbags and we're not going to let you off the hook regardless, because they're actually acting in good faith for once on an issue, which is extremely rare. So good for them. And I suspect, the same thing will happen to Gates, and he'll end up having to do something. But again, he's very skilled at lying and obfuscating, just like the Clintons, and learned from the same communications professionals how to do it. So,
any word that Trump is suing Trevor Noah yet? Has that lawsuit been filed?
Well, he said he's going to.
Noah's been very quiet since the Grammys.
Well, he went on Jimmy Kimmel. Did you miss
did.
that?
No. I missed it because I wouldn't watch Jimmy Kimmel if you hog-tied me to a...
Yeah, of
Trevor Noah
course.
on Jimmy Kimmel?
What? Yeah.
Is that what
Of course. The fools hang out together.
Yeah, that's true.
Birds of a feather.
Good for him. Whatever. I'm sure he will file a lawsuit. And, the Grammys have a big insurance policy, and it'll be covered under that. And they'll probably settle for $15-20 million, and Trump will give it all to charity, and it'll be great.
The question then becomes, when will the insurance industry wise up and stop giving policies to shows like the Grammys, where you've got self-centered a-holes who can't wait to defame somebody or libel or slander them?
Well, that's why I wish Trump would force a jury trial, or at least to the discovery phase, to make them extremely uncomfortable and to jeopardize their ability to acquire insurance. Because, he always settles too soon and for not enough. And he doesn't really want to bankrupt any. He's obviously, his goal is to make a point, not to recover money, and he gives it all to charity anyway. But I wish he would take on this one, in particular, this one. And if something similar happens at the Academy Awards, do the same thing to them. Force them to go to document production. Force them to become really, really uncomfortable and put their ability to obtain future liability insurance policies at high risk. Do that to them to eliminate these shows from our culture, because they're stains on the culture. And I think America, they've become kind of a wicked exercise. I mean, God almighty, some of the photos from the red carpet are just really extreme at this thing. And I just have gotten to the point where I think there's such a counterproductive exercise. I wish he would bankrupt one of them and teach them a real lesson.
We can hope. He usually does get around to it. We're at the bottom of the hour here, David, so we're going to take a quick break from the topic list. And, of course, at the end, we'll always catch up on a little baseball. But I want to direct your attention to the photo that Pamela is about to put on our screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See that?
That's you.
Yes, it is. And look at me. I want to... There we go. That's, I guess, about as large.
Oh, this is you and Lolich, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and I went searching everywhere. I came up with the picture on my phone. I had to go through like 5 years of photos to find the picture of the Mickey Lolich autographed baseball. He passed away at age 85. This was taken in 1987 at the Dolphin Stadium, which was converted for baseball. It was a celebrity pro-am game, and I got to play against some pretty notable people.
How cool.
And I got to bat. And I remember when I was a kid, I watched Mickey Lolich in the 1968 World Series win 3 games against the favored Cardinals, including Bob Gibson in Game 7.
Yeah.
And I read a lot of baseball, Sporting News fan, and so here we get to this game.
You have a guest today?
At 4:47.
Okay.
Yes.
They're here.
So I meet Mickey Lolich in the locker room, and I said, "Hey, do you still have the donut shops in Detroit?" And he says, "How did you know about those?" I said, "Because I read the Sporting News, and Joe Falls did a piece about you in the donut business." He says, "Yeah, I still got them. They're doing well. Thanks for asking." Not that many minutes later, I'm up there batting against him. And I played baseball, and I figured I can make contact with this guy. I didn't even come close. It was really funny because the major leaguers and the umpires, they were all former MLB. And when I came up to bat, I got a very loud reaction from the crowd. Some of it great, some of it boos, just like any sporting event. And this is after they had introduced all these old players and all-stars. And I go up to home plate, and the umpire looks up at me and says, "Who the hell are you?" Funny stuff in retrospect. But, yeah, that's hard to believe. That's almost 40 years ago. I'd like another chance to bat against Mickey.
Don't say that was almost 40 years ago. That's the year I was born.
Friends, let me talk to you about prearrangement and the importance of these tasks as we head into our final days on this planet. David, give your blog address. We've got one more, a slightly abridged segment at the end of the show here today because we do have a guest.
Okay. DavidBlackman.substack. Come see me.
All right, and we will be back with David ASAP as we go to traffic and 1819 News next.
We have an accident on I-65 northbound. This is just past Fairview Avenue. 2 18-wheelers involved. Right lane only traffic. They are against the center divider. Please use caution there. We will keep you updated. Now's the time to register at Trentham State Community College for summer and fall classes. Change your life. Go to trenthamstate.edu and get all the information. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
1819 News.
A bill has been voted out of committee within the state Senate that would require the Alabama Department of Human Resources to seek a waiver from the U.S. Department of Agriculture in connection to the SNAP program and its approved foods. The DHS would need this waiver from the USDA in order to exclude certain items, such as candy, soda, and junk food, from receiving SNAP benefit coverage. State Senator Arthur Orr has proposed the bill and points out that 18 other states have sought this similar type of waiver already in order to limit the types of food covered within the SNAP program. Orr says this bill does not in any way reduce dollars from the program, but only reduces the types of products that can be purchased with the benefit dollars. Democrat State Senator Marica Coleman is opposed to the bill, calling it paternalistic. She says it treats parents as if they don't know how to make correct nutrition decisions for their children. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
A Mexican man has been arrested in connection to the assault of an Alabaster police officer earlier this week. The incident occurred on Kent Dairy Road when an officer with the Customs and Border Patrol Agency pulled over a white van that was registered to a foreign national who was not in the country legally. Jose Emilio Barruez was a passenger in that van who was also not here in the U.S. legally. Barruez is the one who is charged with assaulting the officer with a knife and has been taken into ICE custody. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
Hello everyone, Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Pizza and wings. Nothing goes better with watching basketball than with something to fill up the family from Pizza Perfect. Buy any large pizza and get 10 boneless wings for free. Absolutely free. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet that includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza and wings from Pizza Perfect in Eastbrook.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon, and we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years, and now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-368, Equal Housing Lender.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We've got some better weather news in our future, but tonight, another freeze with mostly clear skies and the overnight low temperature down to about 29. But then things start to turn around, a rebound with a high temperature in the lower 60s for Friday and Saturday with mostly sunny skies. I think upper 60s look good for Sunday. Best weekend we've seen in quite a while. And more sun up to about 71 on Monday. Hang on for a nice turnaround from the Blue Water Weather Center. This is Rich Thomas.
At ASC, we're more than a credit union. We're your neighbors. We live here, grow here, and deeply care about this community. That's why we created ASC Cares, to give back, stay connected, and support the people who make this place home. Because when our community thrives, we all do. ASC Cares, federally insured by NCUA.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Everybody remain calm! I am a fire marshal!
The gutter, and then they started coming from like the back. The whole roof was consumed.
We pulled the gutter off that side of the building, thinking it was going to be light fire, and the whole attic was fully involved. Just get a professional company to take care of your ice dams. I mean, don't get hurt.
Yeah, that's the Idiocracy is more than the superstars that we tend to focus on, the people of influence or power who are doing dumbass things. Everyday citizens also contribute greatly to our abundance of idiotic news on the Idiot. And speaking of which, I have so missed Ellen DeGeneres' presence in America.
Oh, haven't you? Me too.
Didn't she swear that she would never come back?
Never. She said she was never coming back. Never, ever.
I think I even saw Netflix promoting a farewell thing, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody was in mourning. You know, that was a year ago.
She's got $27 million to buy a home on the stolen lands of California.
Yeah. Apparently real close to, Harry and Meghan in Montecito, California.
Probably not
stolen Indian lands, by the way. So, you know,
a stone's throw from Billie Eilish.
Yeah, Billie Eilish, her too. You know, the whole stolen lands thing is going to come up again.
News Talk is this.
Do we know who the Indians, the Native Americans, stole the land from when they got there?
No, but they stole it from somebody. That somebody stole it from somebody else, and they stole it from somebody else, and you know, I mean,
that's the history of the world. That's the history of man, always seeking a better life, a better place. It's just they cannot acknowledge certain realities. I forget who said it, but it was the outrage of judging one man for his actions in his time by the standards of our times. It's just so patently wrong to look back. Well, what were they? Why aren't they woke like we are? Savages. You know, it's disgusting. It's frustrating, and it's unbelievable. So, I guess Ellen must be planning on coming back to America to save us.
I can't even imagine why she's coming back. I guess maybe she just misses her friends, probably, and you know, I'm not sure anybody's going to give her a show. She was lucky to not end up in a lot of court actions because of her abusive behavior.
She's a wholly abusive bitch.
Yeah.
And I've seen her described even worse. This next one, though, deserves its own headline and introduction.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
Kamala Harris now far ahead of Gavin Newsom for the Democrat 2820.
Come on.
Yeah. Gavin's losing his mojo with the Democratic voters, and so now they're turning back to Kamala again. I mean, wow. Think about what that says about the quality of potential, you know, the bench in the Democratic Party.
Yeah, scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, she could be the next Adlai Stevenson, except Adlai Stevenson actually had a brain and loved this country.
Yeah, I mean, they can run her for the next 6 election cycles. As far as I'm concerned, I think it'd be delightful.
It seems like every time I turn around, Republicans are losing another seat in these special elections. What about the one in Texas?
Yeah, the one in Texas is a bad deal, man. Kelly Hancock, who was a really good state senator, left to run to try to become our state comptroller, which is a statewide elected office here in Texas. And the party nominated a very poor candidate, didn't properly fund her campaign. and turnout was abysmal. So this is the Texas State Senate, okay? We have 31 senators in Texas, in a state with a population of 28 million. So each senator represents a district with over 800,000 people in it. And the turnout, the total turnout in that election was less than 60,000.
Wow, that's not even 10%.
And total Republican votes cast for the Republican candidate in that election in a district with more than 800,000 people, which is a 55% Republican district, 27,000 votes.
You expect
abysmal.
You expect the results we've seen in the blue states, but not in Texas. Not
Yeah, and so now, do I think the Democrat, they got to turn right around again and run in the fall, because this was a special election for 8 months in the seat.
Right.
Well, the legislature's not in session and won't be in session until next January after the November elections. And so I don't believe the Democrat will win in November. I think the Republicans will field a better candidate and properly fund them. And of course, turnout's going to be double or triple what it was in this special election, which was held the week of the big freeze. Okay. So, in bad weather and everything. And so, but that doesn't make you feel any better about the facts the Democrats were able to win that seat. That's a real wake up call for the crappy record or crappy performance of the Republican Party in Texas.
I would hope that Trump is on somebody's butt about that, because
he better be.
It's narrow enough now.
Can you name who runs the Republican National Committee right now?
Wasn't it Laura Trump?
Huh?
No, I can't. Wasn't it Laura Trump?
It was, but it's not now. It was Michael Whatley, remember, who did such a great job during the 24 elections, and he's running for the Senate in North Carolina. I cannot tell you the name of the person who runs the Republican National Committee. That's what a poor job that person's doing, whoever it is. And I don't have any idea. I don't want to spend 5 minutes researching.
I'm going to count on Donald Trump jarring some loose change for that. David, as always, we thank you for your time, and will you be joining us on Monday?
Absolutely. See you there. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right. Enjoy the Super Bowl this year.
All right. Well, I'm not going to watch it. Anyway, we'll talk about that Monday.
Okay, it is 5:40 or 4:49. We have a business break coming up in a moment. First, a quick check on traffic.
Well, traffic's really backing up on I-65 northbound. Two 18-wheelers involved in an accident just past Fairview Avenue. They are against the center divider, right lane only traffic there. And we are really beginning to get busy everywhere else with folks getting off work, interstates, boulevards, all of our feeder roads out beginning to load up. The lowest tax rates in Alabama are at McKenna Nissan. Plus, they've got up to 0.9% financing on 2026 Pathfinders. It's worth the drive, and they need your trade-in. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This is James Cole with Cole Plumbing, and I want to thank Blue Water Broadcasting. I have been advertising with them for several years, and they have brought me quality business. I really appreciate them.
Blue Water Broadcasting is the #1 most listened to radio group in the River region. Find out how to put this reach to work for your business. Call us to find out how we can help. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This is the News Talk 93.1 River Region Business Spotlight. A chance for you to get to know our area businesses and business leaders.
How lucky am I? Just the guy I need to see shows up to join us here on News Talk to talk about his business, Davis Door and Sash. And it's Joey Hall. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us. I'm looking at your website here. It looks like you offer a lot of the services that I'm looking for somebody to do. I'm not making this up, man. You do, looks like patios and a wide variety of doors, windows, and things like that. Why don't you tell us about your business?
That's right. So we're Davis Door and Sash, a local company here in Montgomery. We put customer satisfaction as a priority, and we do doors, windows, residential exterior, interior doors. We do some commercial hollow metal stuff, any type of windows that you need, columns, interior trim, exterior trim.
Let me describe a room to you, okay? It's bricked in, and it's technically a patio, but it is enclosed.
Mm-hmm.
It's got screens, and most of the glass that remains is either cracked or broken. It's like a toaster oven on warm days and an igloo when we've had some of this recent cold weather. And I'm wondering, are there special types of glass that you can use to reduce heat, hold off the cold? Is that tempered glass? Do you offer those kinds of things?
So there is a glass with a low E coating that helps with the solar to make it more energy efficient. And most of your insulated glass units have argon gas in between the glass panes to help make them more energy efficient. So either of those options would definitely help with the energy efficiency in a little patio room like that.
I'm going to give you an address, and we're going to set up a time for you to come out.
All right, we do free estimates. The one costs nothing to have us come out and at least take a look at it.
I want to engage your expertise on this because it's really an area that has great potential. It's big enough in size.
It's like a little attached greenhouse almost.
And there are so
nice.
many. Yeah, there's so many options you have on what you can do with the inside. But before addressing what kind of chairs and stuff to put in, this glass issue, the screens, it's hideous.
I got you.
It needs your magic touch, man. So we will do that, and we'll shoot a little video.
We can definitely do it.
And
get some before and after pictures. And
that's what I would like to do, so we can show off your expertise. You do work all over the Tri-County area?
We do. In Troy, Prattville, Montgomery, Millbrook, Wetumpka.
Interior, exterior doors, replacement windows. This is great because you cover so many aspects of home improvement. And it's just replacing glass. Porch columns. Wow. This is nice. You got a big team, too. Tell us about your team.
We do. So Ronald Davis, he purchased the company back about 10 years ago, and I started running it about 3 years ago. And we're just a big little family there. We've all been there for a while. Everyone works really well and knows their role, and it all works out pretty well.
Pamela, let's share the website here so people can see these impressive before and after shots of situations they took on and made look so much more amazingly better. And this is not do-it-yourself kind of work. This absolutely requires a professional.
To have it done right, it requires a professional.
And almost 4 decades of experience. Fast, efficient installation, says one of your reviews. That's nice. People like it fast. They like it done right. It sounds like you've impressed quite a few customers. And then also on the website, the signs you need to replace your entry door before summer heat, how to choose the right replacement windows, signs that your door needs replacement, and window replacement trends. I had a whole thing on that in our show prep today, not just on windows, but things that are becoming popular in homes overall.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the more popular trends you're seeing in what you do?
Well, here lately, a lot of people are moving to black windows, where typically most windows are usually a white color. Lots of people are moving to having black windows installed, and I think it looks nice. It's a very neat look.
Is that a style or security-driven trend?
I think it's just style.
It is style.
Yeah, I think it's just style.
Black windows and trim are coming back.
This
and
is my style consultant here.
Yeah, it looks very sharp.
Pamela Dubuque. I trust her opinion on these things.
White looks builder grade.
Yep.
Black looks custom.
Ah. I
And
like that.
You can get it many different color options, and the colored windows are coming back.
Well, I am absolutely looking forward to seeing you and getting your take on what can be done. It's really you got a lot to work with.
Yep.
But I am tired of looking at broken windows, and I think that has something to do with the cold or the way doors slam. Rubber strips between screens that's starting to come loose, so they're hard to move up and down.
We can fix it.
I believe you can. You have sold me. I can't wait to have you out there. Tell us how they can reach out to you by phone or through your website.
So the website is davisdoorandsashalabama.com, and the phone number is 334-288-6010.
All right, and we will, let's put the website back up on the screen and leave it linger there for a bit so people can take a look at some of the, I want to go back to the before and after shots so that people can see the quality of the work that they do. And remember these folks, Davis Door and Sash, Alabama.com. I'll get it right.
That's right.
I'll get it right. Thank you for coming in and joining us today, Joey.
I certainly appreciate it.
And we'll have you back when we show the before and afters.
Awesome.
On mine. I like this. All righty. It is 4:58. We've got Brett McDonald coming up at 5:15. Kind of an odd day on the market. We'll see what drove the numbers coming up with him. Skipper's got your traffic now. Wall Street Business is next.
Well, it's getting come at a worse time. We've got a couple of 18-wheelers that had an accident, 65 northbound, right past Fairview Avenue. They are snaking 2 lanes of traffic around this accident. The 18-wheelers are against the center divider, but it's right at the ramp coming up to Fairview, so please use caution there. Everywhere else, busy building traffic, and we're really getting busy on 85 south and northbound, 65 northbound out of Montgomery. Boulevards are loading up. We will keep you updated. Come by Thompson Tractor and check out their incredible selection of used equipment at the Used Equipment Sales Center. See the machines that get the big jobs done. It's close to home and a great choice. Thompson Tractor, off I-85 past Taylor Road. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery have been thrilled seeing the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have jump-started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Tom from Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to be intimate with my wife for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA and testosterone test. Give the guys at the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Clogged drain? Overflowing septic? Don't panic. Call the experts who've been solving plumbing problems in the river region for more than 50 years. The Tierce family's local Roto-Rooter team specializes in fast drain cleaning, septic repair, and installation. One call and your troubles are on their way down the drain. That's 272-7130 or visit RotoRooterAlabama.com. Roto-Rooter, always here when you need us.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Lunch should be comforting and done right. At Epicure and Jack's Tavern, their meat and three is scratch made to order, not scooped from a steam table. Real cooking, real portions. And for guests 60 and over, it's just $10.99. It's familiar food, elevated, served with care. Lunch at Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Classic Southern comfort, a step above the rest.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits jumped last week.
Applications for jobless aid rose 22,000, hitting 231,000 from the previous week. It is significantly more than the 211,000 new applications that analysts had been expecting, but applications remain in the same historically low range of recent years. Rich Thomason, Washington.
OpenAI and Anthropic, the startups behind ChatGPT and Claude, are gearing up for a major showdown. The rivalry all began when OpenAI leaders left to form Anthropic back in 2021. Now both need to prove that they can turn a profit. They also face growing competition from Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. Tech losses took a toll on Wall Street today. The S&P 500 fell 1.2% for its sixth loss in the past 7 days. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon. It's true, rates aren't as low as they have been for the past couple of years, but there are still many homeowners that could benefit from refinancing their current mortgage. There are a lot of things in life that are out of our control, but your mortgage rate is not one of them. If you currently have an adjustable rate mortgage, then you owe it to yourself to give us a call.
Adjustable rate mortgages make sense for some people in stable markets, but in this wild, ever-changing rate environment, it only makes sense to secure a fixed interest rate. A fixed interest rate will give you the peace of mind that your rate is locked. Your rate will not be subject to change with the political and economic tides.
At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can personalize your term. We offer 8-year to 30-year mortgages and everything in between. Grab your mortgage statement and give us a call.
Call Alabama Home Mortgage, the #1 mortgage lender in Alabama, today at 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 158636A, Equal Housing Lender.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
He is the best, no doubt.
February 5th is National Weather Person's Day. Most people today will be partly to mostly interested, with a slight chance they'll acknowledge their local weather person. Taking a look at the 5-day, we'll see a lot of cool down and a total disinterest as we go through the weekend. Happy National Weather Person's Day. Now, here's Chuck with a look at sports.
Have a happy new year with Rich Thomas Weather.
He is the best.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says Democrats' demands for new restrictions on federal immigration officers are unrealistic. And he's warning that the Department of Homeland Security will shut down next week if Democrats don't work with Republicans and the White House. Democrats are pressing for changes at U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. U.S. job openings fell to the lowest level in more than 5 years, another sign that the American labor market remains sluggish. The Labor Department reported Thursday that vacancies fell to 6.5 million in December, from 6.9 million in November. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 592 points, the Nasdaq dropped 363. More details at srnnews.com.
Is your dog a picky eater, scratching all the time, eating grass, or licking their paws until they're raw? If so, your dog's trying to tell you something. Greetings, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, founder of Rough Greens here, and you may not know what your dog means, but I do. They're trying to tell you that his digestive tract is in distress. He needs live probiotics and enzymes, and guess what? You can't get that from kibble. It's not in there. The good news is you don't have to change his food to improve his health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens. It's America's #1 nutritional dog supplement for a reason. With live vitamins, omega oils, antioxidants, enzymes, and probiotics, just sprinkle it on your dog's food and watch him come back to life. More energy, shinier coat, better digestion, all in 90 days or less. Want a happier, healthier dog? I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use discount code PICKY. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code PICKY. Rough Greens. So good, your dog will ask for it by name.
It is not only National Weather Person's Day, it is National Fart Day.
Today is National Fart Day. In honor of the day, here's a hack for cutting cheese. Use a fork.
I frequently do that.
That's the appropriate thing for a woman to say because women don't fart.
They don't. Never. Never. They'd rather explode in a billowing flame of their own gas than cut the cheese, so to speak, in front of anybody where they might feel embarrassment.
Have you ever heard that smelling your own farts can prevent dementia?
How do you think I've stayed so mentally stable all these years?
That's real.
My brain has stayed.
They studied the effect that it has and found that it can delay the onset of dementia and neurodegenerative diseases, and that women's farts are better at it.
I eat beans 3 times a day
for that purpose,
and I feel smarter every time I walk in this building. I just do. But let's talk about AMS Studios, because if you're looking for something smart to do, guys, for Valentine's Day, this is the place to go.
This is the place.
To get the gift certificate that offers her the chance to spoil herself for a day or a half a day at AMS. And Pamela's going to tell you some of the options you have.
Yes, whether it is facials, relaxing facials, or skincare and anti-aging facials, or massage, depending on, how much relaxation someone wants or needs. If they're, sitting at a desk all day or very physically active, probably go for a massage. That's going to be full body relaxation, stretching. But if it's somebody who's more, beauty conscious or, is worried about their aging, let's do a facial and address, skin tone and texture, fine lines and wrinkles. And then there's other options, lash extensions. We're the first place in Prattville to do lash extensions, and we still do them. Brows, waxing, spray tans.
Yes.
We do a lot.
This is a building that is packed with charm and science. It's a wonderfully relaxing place to visit, but what's inside, I've been doing IPL, intense pulse light treatment, because I've had an age spot and a couple of scars that I've been tired of looking at, to be frankly honest about it. And like anybody might be, how does this work? What's involved? How long does it take? But she has treated several of these for me in her business at 119 East Main in Prattville. And the results are nothing short of remarkable.
And I think a lot of people overlook or don't quite know what's available in aesthetics and think automatically they have to go to a doctor for some things, but that's not necessarily the case.
My doctor sent me to you.
Yeah.
He says, do that, intense pulse light there, because I asked him about that stupid spot.
Yep. I had somebody call today about a scar therapy treatment, and usually it takes a combination of microneedling and IPL to really break down the scar tissue and remove the discoloration, but it's worth it. And there's no surgery, there's no scalpels.
All of those things are fake fixes. What Pamela does is stimulate the body, like the procedure, the microneedling. That gets the face to produce more collagen. So it's a natural result and not a stretched result like you look like you just went to a surprise party for yourself.
And that can be done all over the body. I have microneedled bellies for stretch marks and skin tightening, butts. I mean, that can be done all over the body.
But as a Valentine's Day option, there are few better. And for all the love that Pamela gets on this show and on our YouTube broadcast, make a note of the website, amsstudiosmedspa.com, or call for a consultation. You got 20 minutes left to do that at 334-270-1368. That's 334-270-1368. amsstudiosmedspa.com, right?
That's it.
You have yourself a safe drive home, young lady.
I shall.
And we will look forward to Brad McDonald joining us in just a minute.
Feeling the pinch on your food budget? You're not